Drivers along I-90 going west were delayed Wednesday night due to a rollover crash. Crews responded to mile marker 12 west of East Riverside Road just after 8 p.m. Traffic is still moving, but both left lanes are blocked. No word yet about any injuries or what caused the crash, but we'll be sure to update you as we learn more.